Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Wealth Growing Podcast. Yes, so it's no more a stock market podcast, so it's a wealth growth podcast from mpiinvest.com. So, talking about the markets, yesterday the Indian markets opened, and then it entirely for the first half it was falling continuously, and the way it fell, it was, it could I like, if you remember, yesterday we had discussed that 20,900 was an important support, and if that was broken, so as soon as the markets opened, it broke the very first 15-minute candle, and then we could see the bearish trend in the market. In fact, the way the markets were falling, it was like it would be a trending day towards negative. But then, when there was an opportunity to buy at a lower level, that is what the FIAs did not want to miss. And they bought for 4,700 crores yesterday. Now, isn't that amazing? So that's exactly why the markets got lifted up completely and it just rallied up further. So they just took that opportunity to buy the dip. And I'm sure those who bought the dip yesterday would be sitting with profit just like the FIAs. So yesterday was one major event from US, that was nothing but the Federal FOMC meeting. So Federal Reserve is the central bank in the US, and they had the FOMC meeting. Now, for a layman, it is simple. It is the central government meeting where they discuss about increasing or reducing the interest rates. Now, a simple thing that happened yesterday was, as we expected, the rates were not hiked. That was expected. But something that was not expected was the Federal Reserve chairperson, Jerome Powell, coming out and saying that the recession seems like recession has been avoided in the US market, and two, they are kind of getting a feeling that this might be the peak of interest rate hike, and they might go for a rate cut sometime in March. Now that gave amazing power to the market, and we could see US markets rallying. In fact, Dow hit 37,000, which is a big level yesterday, and that was followed by Nasdaq and S&P 500. So overall, the US markets rallied up yesterday really well. In fact, the way the markets have rallied up yesterday in US, we are definitely going to see a 200 plus point gap up in Indian market today. So that would be massive. Now, will that sustain is a big question today, being the expiry. So naturally, if anybody was holding some trades yesterday, they would be stuck today on the call side, on the higher side, because the market is opening with such a big gap up. And it's good that we at MPA community actually traded off our positions yesterday with a decent profit for this week. And today, probably we can do some intraday trading. Well, keeping that aside, we are not promoting trading here, but then talking about investments. Now, let me tell you how this is going to affect the market. Now, these interest rates, whenever the Federal Reserve or central banks of the countries increase the interest rates, most of the banking sector or the banks would actually invest their money into these government bonds, and because that gives them more safety, right? The government is taking the money, so they have more safety, and returns are assured. Now, when that happens, naturally, the interest rate on loans start going up. So at this point of time, all imagine all those people who have taken loans at this point of time. That too. So talking about loans, it reminds me there are two types of loans. And I mean, loans you get in two kinds of interest payment. One is a floating interest. One is a fixed interest. So how do you choose the right one to take? So at this time, when the interest rates are at its peak, we know that interest rates are at peak and it will go down in some time. So this is the time you should actually opt only for a floating rate of interest, be that be a car loan or a home loan. Now, when after some time the interest rates keep going low, I would say, for example, during Corona time, the interest rates were at its lowest. Why? The government wanted to support the people, so they wanted to encourage banks to give out more loans. So during that time, the interest rates are so low, that is a good time to actually go for a fixed interest loans. In fact, so this is something that you need to keep a note of when you're buying a new car on loan or a new home on loan. So now with the way the markets are expected to see the correction of interest rates, so interest rates going to come down in the next 1 year. So all those people who are stuck with fixed interest rates would actually feel bad that they are paying higher interest when the markets have come down in the interest term. So this is something that you need to be taken care of. If it is something like a personal loan, that is nothing to worry, because personal loan is already at a higher interest rate of 12-13%. And not only that, it is a short term, within 1 year you finish the loan. But however, we at MPI Invest always are against personal loans, or for that matter, any loan which is more than 10% interest, because that's not a good loan. So that's something that you should totally avoid in your financial system. So this is something which I wanted to share about what these interest rates mean and why the markets are cheering up so much. So if the interest rate cuts are going to happen, what can happen is the companies can get easier loans and at a lower interest rate. Naturally, the company's profitability, they get higher loans, so that means they can expand their business. Lower interest rates means their expense is lesser. So with all this, the profitability can go higher. So that is when generally stock markets start going up. So that rate cut cycle is something that can be expected, and the rally can continue in Indian market as well as US market, because the next 1 year to 2 years we can see some rate cuts. So that could be a good time for rally in the market, and that's exactly why I always used to say I am still bullish on the market. So this was whatever run has happened in the Indian market is still just temporary. Buying the dip, of course, makes sense. So this is a time again to go for SIP mode of investment. If you have still not done it, this is the time you should actually get going with that. And I'm sure the way the markets are going, next 1 or 2 years can give amazing returns. So if this is something I want generic about the market, but if I'm talking specific to Indian market, the next 10 years looks beautiful for Indian markets. So all your long-term investments, you should have to diversify into, have some portion diversified to equity. And of course, we at MPI Invest believe that your finances should be stable. So that is why we should also have some allocation to debt. So to have that complete financial planning, we will do support you at MPI Invest. All you need to do is go schedule your meeting with us on our website www.mpiinvest.com, and that is where you can schedule a meeting with us. And in the meeting, we discuss your entire existing investment portfolio, and also we help you diversify your portfolio such that you don't really face worries when the market falls. So what is important is achieving your financial goals. So that can be done with all kind of investments that we help you with. That could be gold, that could be silver, that could be real estate, that could be equity market, or even gold bonds or government bonds. So these are all things that we help you invest. So go ahead, schedule your meeting, and we will help you there. Okay, coming back to the market today being the expiry, the very important thing to watch. The markets would see, since we are going to see a very big gap up, I'm not a big fan of gap ups, this big gap ups, there are high chances the market can see some sell off. And then by end of the day, we will see the true colors of the market. That is probably it can come back up also. So initially we might see a fall. Initially as the market opens, we might see a rise and then a fall, and then maybe a gradual rise or fall. So the next part, second half of the day is something that we need to watch out for. First half is kind of clear. So that's something which we could expect for the market at this point of time. So let's see how the markets behave on the expiry day. And apart from this, if you have any questions regarding your financial planning or investment planning, do put it in the comment section. And anything that you want to know, terminologies in this financial world, is something that I can explain you as in a simple manner as possible. That could help you plan your investments and grow financially. So our goal is to help all of you grow financially. So that's exactly what MPI Invest stands for. So with that, this is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, of course, if you love the content that we share, do press the like button. That motivates us. And do share the podcast with your friends. It is not just we. Let us grow together. So share it with your friends and relatives. And if you have still not subscribed to the channel, it's high time you do that. Because we help you not just grow, but grow financially. So goodbye. Have a great day. Let's catch up tomorrow with more details.